Hello, everyone. And today we're going to be talking about the Caribbean 2025 war, which is going to be probably happening very soon. It's going to be probably a short war because the war is going to be against countries that don't have the military power to fight the U.S. They don't have the resources to go back to the U.S. and their so-called allies, which they ain't that much of allies at this moment. The Russians and the Chinese, they're not like a strong allies to Venezuela and Cuba. The Cuban government and the Venezuelan government, they're not as strong allies as they used to be 40 years ago. The reason for this is because the economic system has changed a lot in Russia, and they're aiming for a different type of government, and it's something else, they're more like going back into 100 years into the monarchy that they used to have there. That's all they want to do. And the Chinese, they have become such an economic superpower that their economy leaves due to their biggest consumer. And who's the biggest consumer of the Chinese industry? That's the American government, the U.S. people. They're the biggest consumers of Chinese products. So if China goes into war with the U.S., their economy would plunge completely. It's going to be chaos inside their country. So they don't want to do that. So they're going to just stay back and watch. The Russians, they don't care. They don't care because their goals is to reestablish the monarchy that was before. That's what they want to do. They want to have a different, and it's gonna be more like a capitalist government. And they know that a war against the U.S. is gonna be like mad, mutual assured destruction. So they don't want to do anything. So the other one is Venezuela and Cuba. They don't have the resources to fight, like I said. And what's going to happen here is going to be a quick surgery type of strikes that are going to be like to decapitate both governments. It's not going to be probably only Venezuela. Probably they're going to start with Venezuela. And what's going to happen is that the Cubans are going to try to help them after the strikes start happening in Venezuela. And if Cuba does that, if Cuba goes after and takes sides with Venezuela and sends people over there, then they're going to be a problem. And they're going to be decapitated also. So that's the most likely scenario. I'm hoping that this won't happen, because a lot of lives are going to be lost, especially on the Venezuelan and Cuban side. A lot of people are going to, be killed. But the end is coming. The end is coming, and they know it. They know it. The Venezuelan government knows it. The Cuban government knows it. And what do you call it? The Caribbean governments, they need to be organized more into what really works, which is capitalism. Because capitalism is the system that's been working for many times. It was established by the Greeks a long time ago, I believe. and is the one that's working. And what I'm going to see right now is that this war is going to be probably maybe going to take maybe a couple weeks, the longest. It's going to be a couple weeks. The longest it's going to take for this war. Because once the U.S. establish air superiority, once they get in there and they establish air superiority, nobody can touch them. And they could go and take them one by one. Most of the dictators are going to probably flee to other countries. And two new governments are going to appear in the Caribbean. The new government of Cuba and the new government of Venezuela, which is going to happen in 2026. And I don't think this is going to be an issue that's going to be taken over to 2027, because it's costing the U.S. a lot of money to have all those boats there. The Americans Armada, the U.S. Navy, spending a lot of money on this, and it's costing them a lot of money to have all these boats there. So they got to use them. And this is what's going to happen, most likely. If you think something else is going to happen or nothing is going to happen, just write something on the comments. I would like to respond to you. And but I believe this is what's going to happen. And freedom is going to come again to those two countries, which they're being under the control of these, you call them dictators. They don't allow the freedom at this moment. But freedom is coming, so be ready. Thank you.